Dallas Fort Worth. AALAC, the Chasing Your Dream Book Tour and Expo is coming to your area. Mark your calendars, May 18th, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. We have some amazing authors, some amazing business owners that's going to be sharing about their brand. We have some workshop facilitators that's going to be coming out. They're going to be teaching on branding, marketing, and networking. I want you to plan to be in the building, to be educated, empowered, and encouraged. Come out, support.
The book, A Song for Zipporah, written by David Harris, is a powerful historical fiction centering around the life and character of Moses' future wife Zipporah before they met. Book author David Harris brings the reader into the relationship between Moses and Zipporah, which was gradual and lush. The story unfolds beautifully when Moses finally asks Zipporah to marry him. Purchase your copy of the book detailing this authentic story, A Song for Zipporah by David Harris today. It's available online at Barnes & Noble and Amazon.
Hello, and welcome to the Crew Podcast. I am the visionary Queen Angela, and welcome to Season 2. I want to thank you for tuning in and for all of your support throughout Season 1. We're back, them divas of the airwaves. So thank you for joining us tonight. Share this with someone in your circle.
Basic Blaque, After Dark, the all-new podcast show with your host, Blaque Diamond.
Hey everybody, this is Blaque Diamond from the Crew Network podcast, and you're listening to Basic Blaque After Dark, the show that meets you where you are and gives you what you ask for. And you know, some people don't find their niche until late in life, meaning that they don't know what they want to do. They're still undecided, even until they get into college. Some of them don't know what they do. But then there's these teenagers that know exactly what they want to do. Nowadays, you ask a teenager what they're going to do later on in life, they'll tell you, I'm going to be an astronaut. I'm going to work in robotics. I'm going to be a lawyer, a chemist. These kids are quick, and they know exactly what they want. But tonight, I have something special for you. We have the incredible award-winning author, Pat Johnson Harris, joining us along with the Youth Writers Rock Youth, Camille, Dream, Kayla, Kendall, and Preston. Pat is the founder of Youth Writers Rock and has penned several bestsellers. The book Mixed Paths is the latest in the Youth Writers Challenge Series, Volume 3. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Basic Blaque After Dark. Hey, Pat, how are you?
Good evening. I am great. Thank you so much for having me today. It's always a pleasure to be on here talking with you. So I'm excited.
You don't know how excited I am. I want to share something with everybody. We started the my podcast last year, and my very first guest was Pat. And it's almost to the day. And I was looking at it, I said, wow, it's almost to the day. It's just a little bit past 1 year, but here we go again. So I know that means I'm going to have a wonderful year. So
congratulations.
So
congratulations on a year.
Oh, yes, I'm just so happy and so proud of this network. You know, the Crew Podcast Network, they've just been wonderful to me, and Basic Blaque After Dark. So thank you so much. Can you share your journey as the founder of Youth Writers Rock?
Yeah, absolutely. Youth Writers Rock really falls under the parent company Youth Writers Challenge, which is the 501c3. And we started Youth Writers Challenge to really give students a platform, to express their thoughts and ideas, to get creative, to really put down on paper what they're thinking about, just going deep into their imagination because they're so talented, and we have to give them a place where they can tap into that creativity part of them, because I think all of them have it. All of them have it, and it's just a matter of giving them that foundation or that platform to really express themselves. And so that's what we do with Youth Writers Rock. We started out just doing challenges in different locations like malls or different events. We would do them every year. When we did the African American Authors and Empowerment Expo, we would make sure we had a stage so that we can put students on that stage and let them do poetry or short stories, or if they wanted to sing or rap, they still wrote those lyrics to those songs, right? They still had to be creative about what they wanted to sing in their songs and in their rap. So we would give them that platform. We called it a challenge, not to compete against one another, but challenge them to think, to use their mind, to be creative, to think outside the box, and so in doing that and taking this Youth Writers Challenge to different locations, it was, clear to me that we needed to give them a bigger platform, and so we started Youth Writers Rock, which is a 6-month writing program.
Oh, wow.
And it's not just that we're teaching them writing. The ultimate goal is to get them to come up with the best thoughts and ideas that they possibly can, and we take those thoughts and ideas that they put on paper and we turn them into a book, right?
Wow.
All created
It's
by
amazing.
them, all designed by them, down to the characters, to the location of the book cover, the design of the book. They have input on.
So they're hands-on. They're
Yeah.
hands-on all the way. It is amazing that you are able to get youth to read and to write outside of school. Once 3 o'clock comes, these kids is just throwing them books on the sofa and heading out the door. But you're able to bring them together to into one location and just get them to start thinking.
Right.
Start just their imagination, which I know I can just imagine that they have a big imagination because I'm trying to thumb through what I can of this book. How has your passion evolved throughout your career?
Um, you know, my trade is accounting, right? So I'm a senior cost analyst, and in my profession, I do a lot of analyzing, right? I have to break a lot of things down with it, and that also requires me to speak with a lot of different people in a lot of different departments, so just understanding that communication, that collaboration, um, helps me when getting a group of kids together, and walking them through what it's like to kind of buddy off with somebody else, communicate with someone else, collaborate with someone else. And so when they get into this environment and there's 5, 6, 7, 10 students in one class, it becomes a lot easier when they can buddy with some of the students within their class, so a lot of, even though I'm doing accounting and youth writers is more reading and writing, they're still connected, they're still connected.
Right.
And even some things that I'm getting from these students, because it's not just we're teaching them, they're teaching us as well, right? It's
Were
a
there any
whole new
challenges?
yeah, it's a whole new generation. And so they're enlightening us, from class to class. I walk out of there amazed every Saturday, because I'm learning from them as well,
Yeah.
and so and then taking some of that and then being able to utilize some of those skill sets, some of them people skills and things like that, in my professional life as well. So even though they may seem separate, they're definitely blended in a lot of different ways.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, people when they see teenagers, there's things that's in the news that some teens are doing, but things like this, you don't hear it about it in the news. That these
Yes.
children are creating and using their God-given skills to do this because they want to do this. They want to give to others and just to open, the minds of other youth their own age, and this is the thing about it. You don't capture things like this. You're always capturing those who are doing God knows what. I'll say it that
Right.
way. You
Right.
understand? So how do you approach the stories you develop?
The students really develop those. We give them the floor to say, hey, if you went to the library or to a bookstore and picked up a book, what type of book excites you? What is it that would make you say, I'm going to stop everything I'm doing and I am going to read this book? And so we kind of get that information from them, because in the end, it'll be someone like them that'll be reading the book. So chances are, if they're interested in the book, then when it's in a library or in, the public library or the school library, that same student will find this book very interesting. So the concepts of the books come from the students. We
Oh,
we
wow.
we kind of get each of them to incorporate their idea of a good read, and we kind of blend them together, and that's how
With
we
the
come up with the concept of the book.
with the title Mixed Paths, I at first, with just looking at the title, I didn't think it was something that a youth had wrote. A whole bunch of other, forgive me everybody, but a whole bunch of other things was coming through my mind when I'm seeing Mixed Paths. I said, this is a children's book? I said, well, no, teens, they have ways of thinking and whatnot, but I'm definitely dying to dive into this, and I'm going to have some of my children, my 12-year-old, I'm going to have him read it and see what he's getting out of it. So what message do you aim to convey through this book? Or what message do they aim to convey through this book?
Um, Mixed Paths is a story about two best friends, um, that are having challenges, that are both having challenges, different challenges, but both having challenges, and through it all, they remain friends, and they decide to um, throw their hands up and be deal with the things that they're going through, and kind of leave where they are together. And but in the end, even though they're going through different things, in the end they find out that they're really in the same place. They
Oh,
end up in
wow.
the exact same place. So it seems like they're mixed in the beginning, like they're going through different things, but at the end of the book, they kind of realize that they're actually dealing with the same thing.
Oh,
The very
wow. You've
um
been doing this for a while, writing different books, and I know about some of your other books that you have written with our youth. What are your goals for the youth who participate in your program?
I'd like to see it be more than just a book, and that's our goal right now. Right, is when they're writing a book, is that we're going to take that book and see how far we can take it. Right, so just like when the students wrote the book, The Tormentors, right, which is a book about bullying and conflict resolution, we know that that was a, an important book to write, an important topic. Even today, it's still one of those
Mm.
things that are continually happen, right? We still have to be very conscious about bullying. And so the importance of that book said, just the book is not enough, right? We need to do a little more with it. And that's when we decided to turn it into a short film, so that we can show that book to different schools, to different youth organizations, to churches and different things like that. So moving forward, that's what we're doing with Youth Writers Rock books, right? Every time we write a book, we're going to write it in a way that we can take that book and either turn it into a play, which is what's happening with Mixed Paths. We are
Oh my
actually
gosh, thank you.
starting the process of writing the scripts for the play for Mixed
Congratulations.
Paths. Yes. And so the goal is to take the book and take it to another level, or have another outlet from the book, whether it's a play or a short film, or a documentary or something like that. So just giving them, again, not just the title of author, but now they're playwrights and they're screenwriters. They will have a lot more to go with that title of author, and that's the goal with the books that we're writing now.
It's
So I
amazing.
see it. I
I
My vision is to see
claim
this.
it.
Yes, to
Claim it.
see it,
Because
up,
Mixed
up
Path,
on the big screen somewhere.
the
Yeah,
name of that Mixed Path, it sounds like something that would be coming on every week,
yeah,
weekly, that I can see it being something weekly with those same characters you was talking about, because I feel as though that I'm waiting to see what's going to happen next.
hmm,
Because of Mixed Paths, so many different things can occur,
yes,
and it just takes them so many different places, sometimes together and sometimes separate. That's what
right.
I'm seeing and feeling. So yeah, what time Mixed Paths come on? 8 o'clock. Yeah, I got that. I'm there. And what so that's what
That
I'm
would be
feeling
great.
and seeing.
That would It could
You
be a
know,
little mini
to
series.
anybody hear us out there, we're talking about Mixed Paths. So yeah, that's what I'm feeling with it, right now.
Yeah.
And again, I saw your movie, Tormentors,
Hmm.
and if Mixed Paths is going to be anything like that, start calling in to get your tickets, because that was great, or just it was amazing. Tormentors was simply amazing. What's one of the funniest things that happened while your youth was writing this book?
There's many funny things. It's because um, they have such great sense of humors, and it's like once one start laughing or joking, it becomes contagious, right? And we almost have to just sit down and let it play out. Like it's hard to just stop it when it happens, and it's like, all right, us coaches, we just got to sit back and let them get it out of the system, and that's what makes the program so you know special, is that it's just not us coming and they're sitting down and they're writing. Like, they're actually having fun while they're doing it.
And that's great.
Yeah, it's fun. It's not like sitting in a classroom, oh, I don't want to go, I don't want to write. And a lot of time it's just talking. Like, we working it out, just talking it out, and getting it out. So it's they make every day funny. We really don't know what we walking into when we come in that classroom, and
Mm.
the idea was to like play some music when they come in the door, like, so we asked them, what's your songs? What songs do you like? What music do you like?
Oh
Was to
wow.
just kind of play the music so that they're walking into their own place, from the beginning, so but one thing in particular, in terms of being funny, it's just a lot of them, and it just kind of keeps us all lifted and all laughing, all feeling good throughout the whole session for the day. Yeah,
Wow, it's
it's
amazing.
fun.
We had some youth that had popped in earlier, so it must have fell off in some way. And then you have It's Friday. What do you expect youth to do on a Friday night? They're not going to want to sit with some adults. They deal with them all day long. We have one that's here. Hey, Preston.
Hello.
Mr. Preston. I asked Miss Pat what was one of the funniest things that happened while they were writing books. Preston here is one of the authors of the book, and he's joined us tonight. What is one of the funniest things that happened while you were writing the book?
So the whole lore to the story, it was actually going to be somewhat of a love story in it, but we decided to change that, and I found it hilarious. Like, it was completely separate
We have
because it
Camille here as
changed. It
well.
changed like 3 times.
Oh wow. So you move. Whose idea was it to move it from a love story over to something separate? Was it more the girls?
It was mainly me and Dream.
Okay, okay, both you and
Yeah, and
Dream.
Dream
Okay,
is
so I get that.
Dream is the student who wrote the character Kanaya, which is the main female version,
Okay.
and Preston wrote the character Cotton, which is the main male character.
Hi, Camille. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hi.
Look at my handsome. Oh boy, somebody's mommy's on here. Hi, how are you, Camille?
Good.
Okay, I asked Mr. Preston, what was the funniest thing that happened while you were writing? What was the funniest thing for you that happened while we were writing?
The funniest thing that happened while we were writing was probably, I feel like getting our characters developed, like becoming, like making like a personality and stuff for them. That was funny to me. It was
Okay. What do you have a favorite character?
a favorite character. Mm, no, I like them all. I mean, we came up with them all together, so.
What about you, Mr. Preston? Do you have a favorite character?
Uh, not to say anything personal, but me.
It's okay. You get personal. Nobody's listening except them thousand people listening out there.
Well, who was the character? Who was the character?
Carden, that's my character.
Cardi, that's your character. Do you and your character have anything in common?
A lot in common.
Oh wow! So see, now I really got to get into this book. You're telling me a line. What about you, Camille? Do you and your character have anything in common?
No. I mean, cause my character was Grandma Debbie, so she's an older woman who takes care of her grandson. So not really.
Okay. All right. Well, great. We're going to take a quick break right now, a small little commercial, and then we're going to come right back because I have some more questions for you guys about that book and these characters that you got.
Because I'm back.
Welcome to the SC Book Gal and Friends Chat. We're going to be talking about the latest in book reviews, author interviews, and life. Come on in and join us. We're ready. Are you?
I know you like that. How long you been back, man? I see the girls in the club, they're getting wild for me. And all the pretty chicks all want to smile at me.
Okie dokie. Welcome back. Welcome back. We are here talking with Youth Writers Rock authors and founder. We left off with asking them about their favorite characters, but what I want to know, Camille, is what is your favorite part of being an author, and has it sunk in yet that you're an author?
My favorite part about being an author is probably getting to say I'm an author. Or
There's nothing wrong with that.
That or knowing I created something like that. I
Wow.
did something. So
Okay, and I got a feeling you're going to do a lot of somethings in the future. What about you, Mr. Preston? What is your
With me,
favorite part about being an
it was
author?
more the planning and talking over it. It felt like everybody had a voice in the situation. So one person like said it was a favorite. Nobody was just straight in the middle. Everybody had a say in what happened. So I like that part in being an author.
Okay. So what is the last book you read that wasn't a book you had to read in school?
For me,
Mm-hmm.
Tristan Strong.
Tristan Strong. What about you, Camille?
the last book I read that wasn't a book I had to read for school was A Raisin in the Sun. I read it last year for school, but I wanted to read it again this year because I had liked it a lot.
So that's your favorite book?
I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but it's up there.
And what about you, Preston? Is just Tristan Strong your favorite book?
Mm-mm.
Okay, was this something you just wanted to read?
Yeah,
All right.
I found it
So
interesting.
okay. Do you like to read books?
Yes.
Okay. If you could meet any fictional character from your book, who would it be? Mr. Preston. If that person had to be real, who would that character be?
Well, if my character was Carden, who would it be?
No, if there's a character in that book
Mm-hmm.
that you wrote, Mixed Paths,
Mm-hmm.
if one of those characters if you could make one of those characters real, a real person sitting right next to you, who would that character be?
Carden.
Why?
It's because like his character, his role, it has a little bit of mystery to it because there's certain questions that don't get answered till like further on in the end.
Oh wow! So you guys are talking so much about this book. Camille, what about you? If you can take a character out of that book and make them real, who would that character be?
Probably Grandma Debbie.
Why? Why do you choose that character?
Because I like how her role was portrayed, like how she was a caring person and she was worried about her grandson and stuff like that. And me personally, I have a very good bond with both of my grandmothers, so
Oh,
I love like
oh.
I don't know, I don't want to sound rude, but I love older people and hanging with older people. So
That's not being rude. That's not being. It's nice to hear.
I didn't
It's
want to
really
say
nice
old,
to hear. Well, see, what we do is we call ourselves legends. We don't say old anymore, but we say legends. But
right?
I'll take that anyway. Just to hear someone young saying they want to be with somebody that's a legend, I appreciate it. I'll speak for some of the legends. Some of them, I like hanging out with teens. So I don't have a problem with it. I got a lot of them anyway at home. So how do you think that your character that you wrote about, how do you think that character feels right now? The book is done. You've introduced that character to the world. You've had time to build that character and to build that character around other people. How would you think that character feels right now? Now,
Good.
just imagine the book is closed. How do you think that character is feeling?
Probably satisfied.
Yeah,
Satisfied. Wow,
I
strong
would kind of
words.
say like the same thing, like at peace.
At peace.
Yeah,
You
I
see,
think
you know what?
that's perfect. Peace, and
Gosh.
happiness, right? The way the
My
book
gosh. I
ends.
see.
The last
My.
chapter of the book is titled "The Reunion." So yeah,
Mm.
I would say peace and happiness.
Tell me something your character would say to you if they could talk to you, Mr. Preston.
Um, Probably asking me questions like how many languages do I know? What do I learn? What is my passions? Things like that.
How old is your character? About, if you can say that.
16 to 17 years old?
Mhm.
Okay. What would you say back to your character?
Probably around the same thing.
Okay, so you have a lot in common with your character. Y'all share some of the same, qualities, I guess. What about you,
Mhm.
Camille? You got somebody here saying amazing young people. Yes, they are. Very much so. Camille, what tell me
Um,
something your character would say to you if your character could talk to you.
Something I think my character would say to me if it talks to me, probably ask me like my interests, like what am I interested in? What do I like to do? What is my passion? What's something I could see myself doing 5 years from now? Stuff like that.
And what would you say?
If I had to answer them questions, my passion honestly is to just get through school and get my degree and get my esthetician license. 5 years from
Okay.
now, I could see myself going into college.
Would you
And yeah,
Okay. Okay, thank you. What would you want to be friends with this character?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. What about this character make this character so special for you, Preston?
It's because of the potentials he has. Like he was always smart, but he didn't know how to pursue it, like what he wanted to do. So he focused it on pretty much one thing.
Do you think you guys would be best friends?
Yes.
Wow. Wow, you're making this character real for me just by listening to you. Camille, what about you?
I think me
Would
and
you
my
want to
character,
be friends with this?
I think we would have a really good, like, yeah, really good mutual friendship with each other, a really good bond.
That's good. I like that. Oh my God, these characters. You guys did some justice with these characters. So did the book end the way that you thought it would, or would you have ended the book differently?
I thought it would end somewhat different, but the way it did end, I feel was better. Like it felt at peace. Like everybody had their say. You know what that person's story was. It didn't feel like a cliffhanger or incomplete.
Mm, I got, you guys just setting the tone. What about you, Camille? Did the book
I
end the
think
way you thought it would, or do you think it should have ended differently?
I think the book ended at the perfect place. It had the perfect ending, the perfect, just way to, like, I guess give the reader a more view on like the beginning and the end, if that makes sense. Like,
It
and
does.
just Yeah, just like that. Yeah.
So, if the book was a TV show, which actors would you cast in it to play your character?
Mm,
That is
that
a very good question.
that is a very good question.
Well, thank you.
Um, for my character specifically, or everybody.
Yeah, your character specifically.
Weirdly, probably Chris Tucker.
Chris Tucker. Oh my God, you just put a face to this for me. Chris Tucker. Why Chris Tucker?
He's funny. He resembles some of my personality.
So you're funny too then, huh?
Yes.
Okay, Chris Tucker. Wow. What about you, Camille? Who would play your character?
For Grandma Debbie, I would probably choose somebody like maybe like Viola Davis. Maybe I
Ooh.
feel like she does a good job playing like the role she does. Did I
Oh
say
my
her name?
gosh, that
I
is
think
deep.
Viola Davis.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Viola Davis. So you see, you got your work cut out for you, Miss Pat. You got Chris Tucker. You're gonna be looking for him.
Yes, I
And Viola
do. That's
Davis. Oh my
that's a
gosh.
big reach, but it's doable. It's
Yeah, yes, it
doable.
is. They may just by listening to you about how this book is and just what these young people are saying, they may be knocking on your door asking you could they play those roles. I would not be surprised at all.
I
So
think once they
Sade,
get the book and we subscribe, submit the manuscript, they very well maybe. It's
yeah,
definitely a good. It would be a really great TV show, or series, like you said, a short
yeah.
series. So
And not short,
um,
just let it just keep going,
yeah, yeah,
season
yeah,
after season, because
absolutely.
that's the way it seems. Sade says everyone should purchase a copy of the book. Yes, they should. Yes, they should. So Mr. Preston, what advice would you give to other teens who want to write their stories or become an author?
Don't be afraid of failure. Whatever you feel is your passion or what you want to pursue, and do it. Don't just sit back and just don't do it. If you have a love for something, do it.
What was it like when Miss Pat approached you to come into this project?
The surprising thing, we actually met in a library. We met in the library. She was at a stand, and I talked to her, and I wanted to become a published author, so I went to the program.
Oh wow, wow! It's like Kismet's right there for you. Wow. What about you, Camille? What advice would you give to other teens who want to write their own stories or become an author?
Advice I would give is to just stick with it. I mean, some stuff you join something you don't never know, but I think joining your first writers was a great experience. So just keep going, and you never know, you might end up doing something that can change your life.
Okay. So, what was it like for you when Miss Pat approached you about this,
For
about being a
me,
part of Youth Writers? Mm-hmm.
so at first, I was introduced by it when my aunt, because my uncle actually did it in the past, and she wanted me to do it too. So at first, I was very open to the idea of doing it, something very fun. So when I first met Miss Pat, and she introduced everything and like what we'll be doing and when and where, I was very interested. I was intrigued. I was very glad to do it and was grateful for the opportunity.
Wow. So, Camille, I understand you like spending time outdoors, excuse me, outside of dancing with the dance ministry at church. What are some of the other things you like to do?
Play sports 100%.
What sport? What's your favorite
I
sport?
play I play basketball and softball.
Both
Between them two, I
basketball.
don't know if I can choose. I like both a lot.
Wow. Basketball and
But
so. Who's your favorite? And I'm gonna put you on the spot. Who's your favorite team?
my favorite team,
Mm-hmm.
my favorite basketball team is
Mm-hmm.
probably the Lakers. It's a famous one, but
Yay, Lakers.
of course my favorite that women's baseball team is actually the college team LSU with Angel Reese.
Hmm.
Oh wow.
And then softball, I like college team. I like watching college teams play softball
Okay.
sometimes.
Well, that's good. That's good. They don't have anything to prove. They're not looking at the cameras. They're not. Well, I'm not gonna say they're not worried about the money, but yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. Wanting to watch
Yeah.
them through college and everything. Mr. Preston, sir, Nihoma. Did I say that right? Nihoma. It's supposed to mean "How are you" in Chinese. I'm
Oh,
probably
ni
messing it up.
hao ma. Ni hao
Oh,
ma.
see, Nihoma. There you
Hao
go.
That's
ma.
good, though. You
I,
did good.
I was close, but Nihoma. Okay.
Real
So
close.
not only do you speak English, you also speak Chinese, and you're currently learning three additional languages. What languages are you studying?
I'm self teaching myself Japanese, and I'm learning French in school now,
Oh
along
my
with
God, you
Chinese.
should be working for the UN. My gosh. Tell me about the Juneteenth. It should be with all these languages. The UN would love you, especially being
Absolutely.
yeah. But just be careful about going there because everything is well. They would love you. They would definitely love you. Tell me about the Juneteenth business you started.
Um, like how it started or something else.
Whatever you feel comfortable in telling me about it, if you can talk about it at all.
How it started was my mom was teaching me about like Black history and stuff like that, and we went on to Juneteenth, and she was talking about how they made strawberry club soda like straight, not artificial, not just soda and sweetener and all that, like actual pure strawberry club soda. So I decided I wanted to make it, and my mom was like, "Well," I decided I wanted to make it, and my mom was like, "Okay, let's do it." And we made it for the first time, and I decided to make it into a business. So now every Juneteenth I make strawberry club soda and sell it.
I might have to come by and get me some strawberry club soda.
Go right on the head.
Yeah, I most certainly will. Let Miss Pat know about the information.
I most certainly will share the
Yeah, I will be
information
coming and getting me
who's
some
available.
strawberry club
Absolutely.
soda. Yes, I
Yes.
do.
We could
So,
do a
Mister, Pr-
delivery.
I'll take it. I'll take it. That's for sure. So, what do you do for fun? What do both of you? What do you do for fun, Miss Camille? What do you do for fun?
But fun, probably like go with my friends, like to the mall, the movies, parties, just hang out with my friends.
Okay, Mister Preston, what do you do for fun?
Play basketball. Um, Probably hang out
You
with
have a,
my friends.
do you have a favorite sports team?
Me,
Yes.
the Milwaukee Bucks for certain.
Okay. All right. And he's for certain for that too. So let me
And
ask
then
both of you.
in the WNBA, probably the Los Angeles Aces. I think that's the team.
Well, you have to ask Miss Camille. She knows more about it than me. I'm just a Lakers fan. I'm a Knicks fan too. Now, first the Knicks, but they just seem to be having issues.
The
They've been
New
having
York
issues for
Knicks.
decades. I'm from New York.
Yes, the
Let's
New
not
York
go there.
Knicks. We from
Yes,
New
the New
York.
York, the New York Knicks, and it was at a time where they was in the height of their career. I don't know
Yes.
what happened with these new people, but I'm back with Patrick Ewing and them that time. Who they got there now? I don't know. See, I done told my age to everybody. Well, oh well. Anyway, what do your family and friends say about knowing a published author, knowing you as a published author, rather you as a celebrity now? What does your family and friends say about that?
Well, my mom alone is hype enough about it and spread it all over social media. Um, and not
She's
only am
proud.
I and not only am I a published author, I'm going to China this month.
Oh wow!
Yes.
Please take me. I'll suitcase. I'll hide. You're
You gonna
going to
need more
China.
than a suitcase.
Oh,
I
excuse me.
promise.
I think some pieces can fit in. Hey,
So how was
Latanya, thank
the
you for joining us.
can I ask Preston how was that process of preparing to go to China? Uh,
Well, first I had to get an international plug, so it's not like regular US plugs. So that alone was a hassle. I had to get my
Well, what's a
passport.
plug?
Like It's a so it's like a plug transfuser, like for an outlet. So I had to get that just alone to charge my phone.
Oh, oh, wow.
So I had to get my visa. I had to renew my passport. I had to research the weather so I knew what to even pack.
So is this something that you're doing from school? Are you supposed to be getting sponsors for this? Is it just a trip that you just wanted to go on?
I got sponsors and I'm doing it for school.
Oh wow, going to China.
Amazing.
It is.
Amazing.
Congratulations. And I guess this is your mom saying she surely is proud of her handsome son. Yes, and you should be, mom. You did a wonderful job. Both moms, both families are doing a wonderful job with these. He is following in mom's footsteps. Okay. Yes, that's the way it's supposed to be. Following them footsteps. Congratulations to you both on being an author. I'm expecting to see more from you. I can't wait to see Mixed Paths. I will be sitting right there, front row, saying that I've spoken to them. I knew them when. When will be today's date? And are you guys excited about the awards banquet? Is that an awards banquet, the ceremony that they're having up on the 6th?
Yes, it's the graduation ceremony, April 6th. This be the time where they get to hold their book in their hand and they get to see their photos on the book. And they will be doing a book signing after we go through the graduation ceremony. So it's going to be really, really fun. It's open to anyone that want to come and support these 5 amazing authors. The graduation ceremony is public. It is open to anyone that wants to, be a part of that.
Can you Miss Pat was a sponsor for his trip. Oh, okay. Go ahead, Miss Pat. So
Yeah.
give everybody the information if they want to purchase tickets and let them know where it's going to be at, Miss Pat.
Sure. So the graduation ceremony will be in Baltimore. It's going to be at the Quality Inn Hotel right next to Martin's West. So that's in Baltimore, Maryland. It's on April the 6th, which is a Saturday, from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. The tickets can be purchased on Youth Writers Rock website, which is youthwritersrock.com. Or you guys can email me at youthwritersrock@gmail.com, or contact me via phone at 443-421-2070. And again, the graduation ceremony, we make it open and we make it open to the public because we know that there are a lot of different organizations or different supporter of youth who just wants to come and be a part of something like this, who wants to come and celebrate and let these students know that they're not alone, like we're here for you, we're going to support you. And so we do make the graduation open to the public for that reason.
Can you give that email address again and that phone number again?
Sure. So it's Youth Writers Rock, and Writers has an S. So youthwritersrock@gmail.com. And the phone number is 443-421-2070.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So everyone, please get your copies of Mixed Paths and be encouraged by these amazing youth. It is 5 of them. And again, we are congratulating each and every one of you. Follow their journey with Youth Writers Rock. If you have a youth who is interested in writing, or if you would like to volunteer to coach youth writers every other Saturday in the Maryland area, please contact Miss Pat Johnson Harris at 443 421-2070. Sade is saying, looking forward to seeing Camille and Preston and the others at the ceremony. So we got somebody that's going out there. They got their tickets and it's ready. There's more tickets for you. So go right ahead, 443-421-2070. Get your tickets while they are lasting. Thank you again, Pat, for presenting your amazing youth to us. I want to thank the youth writers, each and every one of you, for presenting yourself and giving us Mixed Paths. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to read it. I'm going to get my copy signed. Thank you, thank you, thank you to the listeners, as always, for tuning in to Basic Black After Dark. Join us on Friday, March 15th, as we continue with part 2 of our mini-series with Nicole S. Brown, After 8, After Dark. Thank you guys so much. It has been a pleasure talking to you. Is there anything you want to tell anybody or say to anybody? Say to your friends?
No.
Just
No,
can't
you
wait
shy?
to see y'all at the graduation.
Yeah.
Oh
Yes.
my God.
And I'm just super proud of them. And if there's anyone who has a student from grades 4 through 12 that likes reading, likes creating, likes thinking outside the box, please reach out. Again, youthwritersrock@gmail.com. We're always looking for youth writers.
Okay. There you have it. Youth Writers Rock.
Oh, mercy, mercy me. All things ain't what they used to be now. Where did all the blue skies go? Poison is the wind that blows from the north, the south, and east. Oh, mercy.